we want to add that one to be our spine 2 as well. Everything else is going to be spine 3. So let's just start grabbing all this extra. See how it does in native space though. All right, so as you can see, it's deselecting and selecting. We're gonna want to go in now and just start selecting stuff manually. You can still select like this. You just need to make sure there's nothing behind it you're deselecting. This is also good practice for visualizing your mesh in wireframe in 3D. Get you more acclimated to knowing how the topology is laid out for your character and how you need to make your best choices for the selection. Because if you're not using the same model, you still got to make these choices, but it's going to be for whatever your model is. So you're going to have to learn what the best selection set of verts are. I'm just manually going and selecting the verts right now. Ooh, undo. I think I double clicked or something. And then it just selects everything and you're like, oh man. Let me go back here. Sorry about that. So what I was doing was I'll go back and do it again, not a problem. If you go back to your spine, go back to your spine right here. We turn these to spine 2. What I was talking about was if you go back to show your joints, look at where your joint location is at. This is one of our joint locations right here. We selected this row of verts and this row of verts, and then we put it to our spine 1. Then we went up to this row of verts and this row of verts right here. And that's to our spine 2. So spine 1, spine 2. And then we went up one more right underneath the third spine. So we actually added this one to our spine 2 as well. And now what I'm doing is making my selection set to get, you know, the breasts, the back, the chest, all the way to where the clavicle bone is at. And that's going to be all spine 3. And so that's what we're working on right now. If you go to, I can even show you. It's pretty cool. And this is the first time I'm showing, you know, these buttons over here. I don't really use them that much, but if we go to our spine 1, these buttons, one of these buttons, I believe, show vertices influenced by the selected joint in the current selection. Boop. Oh crap, that's not what I want to do. So let's do spine 1 again. Spine 1. What does it say that again? It says show vertices influenced by selected joint. What is this one? Show vertices influenced by selected joint in the list. There you go. So because we haven't added these to the spine 3 yet, they're going to be spine 1 because they were influenced a little bit by spine 1. So you can see these are the 2 rows that we selected. So select your 2 rows, select 1, and then boom, 1. So if you go to select spine 2, all these up here are selected with it as well because this is what we're working on to break up into spine 3. But as you can see, spine 2 is 1, 2, and then 3. So it's these 3 right here. So select those, go to your spine 2, and then click 1. So yeah, I apologize for leaving it on the other screen. But I'm not going back and editing these videos, so I just showed you how to do what it was that you were watching my face for. But yeah, good to go. So now we're on spine 3, and we can actually hide our joints. Let me go back and see where spine 3 is at. Yeah, so right here for spine 3. So let's hide these joints. We don't need these joints. But if we do go here and we go spine 3 and we select, we'll see these are all on spine 3, which is awesome. So that's good. Ooh, you see there's a back of an arm when we didn't have one. This needs to be on our left upper arm. So that's a good way of looking at that. And then 1. So now go to our spine 3 and select. You see our clavicles aren't really defined in here yet. But we need to do that. So there's our spine 3. Let's select spine 3 and click 1. So that's good. Click spine 2. So see, this is all only spine 2 and spine 1. You can do this with all these on this list. So it is good that I'm able to show you. But that's what we did for our selection set. All right. We do want to add some clavicle in there, but it'll be easier it'll be easier once we move the clavicle around. But for now, let's just add something in there for clavicle. So let's go to our spine 3, select, and then I think I want to add, because we're going to do fall off anyway. Let's add something. All right. Let's look at our mesh. Yeah, let's look where our clavicles are at. That's important. So it looks like if we take from here to here, so if we take this, 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 we're going to have to definitely blend that. And then take these verts that go around here. These are all going to go to our clavicle. And then we'll just stop in the back a little bit, like here. We want to go down here too, but yeah, there's going to be some fall off. Yes, let's do it like that to start. This will be blended too, but that's going to be weighted in between both the right and the left. So this is our right clavicle. So you want to scroll down to the R clavicle and hit 1. So let's do that same thing on the other side. We're saying it's this one, this one. I think we went down towards the middle of the back of the, I think it's the scapula. I think that's where we went to. I don't think we did these. We probably do want to do this though. So we'll add that to it as well. And it's going to be our left clavicle. Let's go back to our right clavicle and look and see what we selected. Yeah, let's add this row too. All right, so now if we select our right clavicle and select, we have all of these selected. All right, good. That's pretty good. So now we need to work on our range of motion. We're just gonna leave the clothes off because once we start moving everything around, it's not gonna be on there. But we can go in and scan up the clothes. I don't want to do that yet because I want to add those other joints, and those are gonna get influenced by those new joints too. Okay. So we should save this object mode, file save. So before we move forward, we can actually go back and do edit setup and add those joints in there. And I think we're going to do that now. I think we're going to just go and do that now. So what we want to do is we want to save this as a new number. So number 4. We always have it. I think it's going to pull our skin weights from it too. Not sure. I think it will though. Let's see up here. If there's a thing, we got to save it first. Yeah, remove influences, mirror weights. I don't really use this that much, only because, I just don't want to mess up anything. Maybe it will or won't work. So yeah, let's export our skin weights. Female base mesh, yeah. So let's do, this is the correct file name. Everything should be saved in your location of where you're saving your file by default. So let's just do export weights. And it contains invalid characters, so maybe this is buggy and it doesn't work. Let's finish the process and then go back and add those, because I do know when you go back to after you build your rig, well, let's just test it and see. Screw it. All right, we got everything saved. We can always come back to 4. So we have this saved already. Just save it again just to be sure. Let's save it as 5 just in case things mess up. So save an extra one as backup. So we're on our 5th version of this file. You may be on version 10 or 20 if you save in a different way. But now let's go back to edit setup. See if this works. All right. Let's go to, we want to add a joint. We want to add 4 more joints. So let's click joint. And we want this to be to spine 3. Now you may not want to do this if you're using a male character or what have you, or you may be using a character where you're like, oh, I want to be able to get the pecs when he's running to move up and down, like that. But just bear with me. We're gonna do spine 3 as our parent, and we want this to be breasts. L create. All right, and I want this to be, there we go, joint breast L. I want this to be a sphere, and the shape is a sphere as well. All right, and then we're gonna left, so it's this side. So we're gonna move this up to where it is, and I want it to be roughly the same size as the breast itself. So let's go back into our layer, and I want to hide the torso. So let's just put the torso in this layer and hide it. And then here's our sphere that we had. Let's move this forward. And what you want to do is you just want to match the same size of the boob to it.